In 1974, the Dalton School, the most exclusive private academy in New York, hired a 21-year-old math teacher named Jeffrey Epstein. He had no degree, no credentials, and a history of unconventional behavior. Within 2 years, he was on Wall Street. Within a decade, he was a millionaire. Within 20 years, he was a billionaire with a private island. The story of Jeffrey Epstein is often told as a tale of a lone predator. But the truth, revealed by the Epstein Files in 2026, is much darker. It is the story of a system that didn't just fail to stop him, it enabled him. Today, we go beyond the headlines to examine the birth, the development, and the systematic destruction of evidence that defines the Epstein saga. Jeffrey Epstein was born in 1953 in the middle-class Brooklyn neighborhood of Seagate. His father, Seymour, was a groundskeeper and gardener for the New York City Parks Department. His mother, Paula, was a homemaker who pushed her sons toward academic excellence. Jeffrey was a child prodigy in mathematics, skipping 2 grades and graduating high school at 16. He was also an accomplished pianist, a skill he used to charm his way into social circles later in life. But he was also a dropout. He left NYU without a degree, yet somehow landed a teaching job at Dalton. Former students remember him as charismatic but creepy, often surrounded by a circle of female students. One student famously recalled him in sleazy polyester pants, flirting with teenagers and attending underage drinking parties. It was here that Epstein learned the most valuable lesson of his life. Power is not about what you know, but who you know. By teaching the children of the elite, he connected with Alan Greenberg, the head of Bear Stearns. He lied on his resume, claiming degrees he never earned, later saying that without the lies, nobody would have given him a chance. By 1980, he was a limited partner. Epstein was forced out of Bear Stearns in 1981 after a regulatory violation. But he didn't go broke. Instead, he teamed up with Stephen Hoffenberg, the CEO of Towers Financial. Hoffenberg later called Epstein the architect and mastermind of one of the largest Ponzi schemes in history. They bilked over 200,000 investors out of $475 million. Hoffenberg went to prison for 18 years, but Epstein was never charged. He used that stolen money as seed capital for his own wealth management firm, J. Epstein & Company. He branded himself as a bounty hunter, a man who recovered stolen money for the ultra-wealthy, while cultivating ties with international arms dealers like Adnan Khashoggi. He was learning the art of what experts now call blackmail capitalism, gathering compromat on the powerful to ensure his own survival. In the late 80s, Epstein hit the jackpot. Leslie Wexner, the billionaire behind Victoria's Secret. Wexner gave Epstein full power of attorney, allowing him to buy and sell anything in Wexner's name. Epstein siphoned hundreds of millions, acquired a massive Manhattan townhouse, and gained a stamp of respectability that opened every door. Recently unsealed files from 2026 reveal a draft letter Epstein wrote to Wexner, referencing gang stuff they had been involved in for 15 years. There was also a 2003 birthday book compiled by Ghislaine Maxwell, where Wexner drew a lewd image and signed it, "Your friend Leslie." Maxwell was the social architect. As the daughter of a British media mogul, she was his bridge to royalty and world leaders. Together, they built a machine. Maxwell was the lead procurer, grooming young girls from vulnerable backgrounds, many from single-mother households, by taking them on shopping trips and offering tuition assistance. She normalized the abuse, acting as a chaperone while leading them into a web of exploitation that spanned from Florida to the Caribbean. The enterprise was supported by an empire of real estate. Little St. James in the Virgin Islands became Pedophile Island, outfitted with a mysterious temple that locked from the outside and a room containing a dentist's chair surrounded by masks. In 2005, it nearly came crashing down. An investigation in Palm Beach identified 36 victims, but Epstein's high-priced legal team secured a sweetheart deal. Federal prosecutor Alexander Acosta signed a non-prosecution agreement that gave Epstein immunity, kept the deal secret from the victims, and allowed him to serve just 13 months with work release. While Epstein worked from his private office 12 hours a day, banks like J.P. Morgan ignored nearly $1.3 billion in suspicious activity, treating him as a wall of cash. In 2019, Epstein was arrested again. Weeks later, he was dead in his cell. The controversy didn't end with the ruling of suicide. In 2026, the truth about the jail footage emerged. The FBI had destroyed the original master tapes, labeled Item 1B60, in 2024. When they tried to reconstruct the video from a backup, they found a 62-second gap between 11:58 p.m. and midnight. The official excuse was a nightly system reset, but technical experts called it an unverified theory. And then came the unredacted 6. In 2026, Congress revealed names hidden for years. Among them was Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, the CEO of DP World. Emails showed a years-long friendship, including a chilling exchange where Epstein wrote, "I loved the torture video." The fallout was immediate. Global investment firms paused ventures with DP World, demanding transparency about the Sultan's ties to the predator. Jeffrey Epstein is dead, but the blackmail capitalism he pioneered remains a dark map of how elite power operates. The lesson of Jeffrey Epstein isn't just about one man's depravity. It's about the silence of the institutions that were supposed to protect the innocent. From the sweetheart deal to the destroyed FBI tapes, the system protected the predator until it could no longer hide the truth. Thanks for watching. If you want to dive deeper into the unredacted files and the unredacted 6, check the links in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dive investigations.